red and haunted, it's almost cinematic. Blood is everywhere, the throne. Homie, should I take a flashlight? A murder is so gory. Twisted red and haunted, it's almost cinematic. Blood is everywhere, the throne. Homie, should I take a
It's about a man who discovers he has supernatural powers and the responsibility that comes with those powers. You got a superpower.
Yeah.
You can use it to fight crime, or you can use it to rip girls' tops open. Scott Baio's in it. His best friend is also his best friend, I think, from Charles in Charge. Was Charles in Charge a TV show about a young man that keeps a family hostage?
I don't know what Charles in Charge was about.
The theme song to Charles in Charge sounds like a threat. Because it's like this dreamy thing, and it's like, Charles in charge of your days and your nights.
Yeah.
Charles decides what is wrong and what's right. And you'll see Charles in charge of me. It starts off, he's wearing like a white lab coat, and he's got glasses on. And he's like I guess they let him hang out in like the science room with the high school. He's in the high school. And he's doing experiments on mice. It's where the mouse has like a little underwater diver bubble on its head.
Oh, that's fun.
And for the scuba diving team, they're having him test the effects of drinking while diving.
Oh, so they're forced.
So he's pouring booze down the mouse's tube. It's fun stuff. He's got like super plant grower for the principal's tulips in the little greenhouse closet. But what else is in there? Marijuana.
Weed.
He's growing weed. He's growing weed. Which they never really get into why he's growing weed. And then Scatman Crothers comes in.
I love Scatman.
Scatman's in this.
The Shining.
He's the baseball coach. And Scatman's like, yay. Well, I guess also they keep the whiskey in there too. For some reason, Scatman comes in and he's like, hey, while you're working on your elixirs and your science facts, why don't you... He's like, my wife won't let me eat salami. Because she says it causes cancer.
Yeah.
So why don't you whip up a cure for cancer so I can have some salami?
Oh, Scatty.
This is his character's quest in the film, is to eat salami. And then he's testing his chemicals. The wacky best friend pours some beer in one of the chemicals, which, of course, makes the perfect combination.
No.
For the elixir.
Shut up.
That will give you superpowers.
Fuck me.
So then he leaves. He leaves. And I think some of the elixir gets on the mouse. The mouse can then control the cheese with his mind, and then he drops.
What?
He brings the cheese with his mind, and then he drops the beaker, and then there's an explosion and a big cloud of smoke.
You love the cloud.
Now Baio has superpowers.
Okay.
And he starts to realize, Scott Baio, that he can control things with his mind. So then then there's a pretty girl who's a journalist, and she comes in, and I guess she sees him lifting beakers around with his mind, and she says, I think you have telekinesis. I want to write a story about it. And then I think he's like, not right now, but I love you. And then later on in the movie, they fall in love.
Okay.
He kind of goes to class and stuff, and then he realizes he can mess with things with his mind. They kind of there's kind of a subplot where the principal's horny.
Oh, okay.
Kind of like he goes on a date at one point later in the movie. He's like putting out a singles. Basically all the subplots don't really mean anything.
Yeah.
They just need characters to do things. So the baseball coach drinks whiskey, and the principal's horny. And at one point he goes on a date, and then he shows up to the date, and who's the woman that answered the date ad? The lady, another teacher at the school.
Okay.
And they're like, this is crazy. And then she immediately just goes under the table and starts blowing him.
Oh, that's exciting. In the 80s.
And then the waiter comes and he's like, would you like anything else? Something like that.
I'll have what she's having.
And it is interesting that this could be a superhero movie. But he kind of just uses it. He starts falling in love with the journalism girl, and he'll just use it to win a fight occasionally, or to impress the girl, I guess. Or it's almost like Spider-Man if he didn't if you think about it, if you realized you had a superpower, why put a suit on and fight crime?
To protect your loved ones.
Yeah, but why not just...
Oh, like the fighting the crime part is the reason.
Yeah, why fight crime? Why not just... I think he'll use it to... he'll occasionally, win, some... it's very much the 80s, so there's, the popular kids.
Yeah.
And the blonde head cheerleader that the wacky best friend likes, he keeps coming on to her, but then the more popular jock guy is like, get away from my girlfriend. And then, they go to an amusement park, and he's trying to impress the girl. So the best friend and the jock are like, yeah, I'm a better man than you. Let's both drink 12 beers, and then we'll go on the spinny cups, and whoever pukes owes the other guy money to impress the girl.
Oh, yeah.
But then Baio, this is the kind of stuff Baio uses his talent for. Baio makes his thing spin around a little bit more. Yeah. So then that guy goes and pukes. And then later he's like, okay, let's bet on where our frat is doing a roulette casino night. Okay. So of course then Baio goes and he controls the roulette wheel with his mind.
Oh, see, that's exactly what I would do.
He does it for all of the most self-serving.
Yeah.
selfish reasons. But then even that, but then he got in a fight with the girl that he's been seeing. So there's also a love story going on where the journalist who wants to do a story on him for the school paper, and they're just kind of falling in love. Like at one point, he like uses his mind to bring like a bed into his lab, and then he like lifts her up with his mind.
Oh.
And he puts her on the thing with his mind.
Oh, shit.
And I guess they're having sex. Like right when he gets his powers, he goes to class, and the prettiest girl who's his best friend's trying to get, there's like this blonde girl who's the head cheerleader. He like looks at her blouse and it bursts open.
Wow.
That happens like which is surprisingly cool.
Yeah.
That's kind of how they sell the movie, that there's going to be lots of bursting and busting. Oh, there's some busting. I had to take a break for some busting. And at one point, so they do a baseball game with Scatman Crothers, and then like one of the guys is picking his nose, because the thing is, our hero isn't good at baseball because he's a science nerd, but he's on the team, right? So him and a weird guy are sitting next to Scatman Crothers, and Scatman Crothers is like, "Damn it, you two rejects!" And he goes, "Quit! What did I tell you about picking your nose?" He's like, "I'm sorry." He's like, "Eat it."
Oh, what?
As punishment?
Okay.
I don't know why Scatman's in this movie, and he's like, so then I think popular kids moon the nerds, and I don't know if it's the new high definition televisions. You totally just see one guy's.
You can't get these people to debate their positions.
Like, who won't debate their positions?
We offered Candace Owens. I offered her $300,000 to do a debate. I was like, we'll give you $300,000.
What is her position? What does she think happened?
She thinks that Israel worked in conjunction with TPUSA and Erica Kirk to murder Charlie.
Based on what?
Well, that's the million-dollar question. Nobody actually knows. She's never presented a single shred of evidence thus far.
I have a counteroffer. He says $300K. Let's make it $500K, right? I just have the hunch, this feeling, gut instinct that you're maybe being backed by Turning Point USA or their affiliates in this debate request. It's just, you don't strike me as someone that has $300K lying around for conversation.
When I went to the TPUSA HQ, and I talked to Erica briefly while I was there, the first thing I did was what I think every normal, moral human being would ever do. I gave her a hug.
Yeah, and hindsight is 20/20, but given the reaction, I think it probably would have been better for her to like lay low for a little while.
1,000%.
The going out with the sparklers was not a great idea. Like, all that was not a great idea because it just seemed insane.
As we near the 1-year anniversary of Charlie Kirk, it looks like Candace Owens is one step closer to solving the mystery, because now she's in a feud with a wannabe alpha male. And if you don't know who Andrew Wilson is, then good for you. Your algorithm isn't disgusting. He's the guy who argues with adult athletes on the Whatever podcast. It's that whole shtick the manosphere guys on the way far right love to use to come off as wiser or more righteous than they actually are. And you're probably wondering how a guy who looks like he owns an adult video store somehow made it onto the Joe Rogan Experience. Twice. His original little burst of internet fame came from a fight where honestly it was pretty hard not to take his side, because the guy he was fighting was one of the easiest people on the internet to hate, Wes Watson.
Are you proud of who the you are? Would you guys say this motherfucker's proud of who the he is? That's a bag of trash, dude. You got 10-inch arms and tits.
If you want to follow the successful mantra of a man who tells you he was reformed from prison, understand why they might have gone there to begin with. I do think that a rejection of materialism is something missing in society, and I do think that true wealth is the family. Success is being able to go home and look your family in the face and know that you're doing everything you can to support them. Do you have children?
I do have children.
How many?
I have 2.
Are you saying that your Bugatti and your money and everything else is worth more than your children?
My dad's a superhero. Look what he brought to the table. He came from nothing to this.
Yeah.
He's God damn it.
You're still whining. Stop whining and just make an argument.
Dude, I'll smack your fat ass.
So you're going to attack me?
All right. He knows he wouldn't do shit about it, and that's the problem.
You're the one who got hostile for having a difference of opinion.
It didn't take long for Wilson to squander whatever goodwill he had gained from the Wes Watson situation, because not long after that, he would suffer what may still be one of his most humiliating defeats, at the hands of a pickle jar.
Right side up. Just
you can do it. You got this.
All right, bro. I can't do it. Here.
All right. Oh my God. I guess, yeah, Andrew, go ahead.
I'm supposed to open the pickle jar?
It's like yeah.
Oh, jeez.
Dude, this seems a little immature now. For $1,000.
The guy sent $1,000.
Yeah, but it seems slightly immature.
It's all fucking
It's just
slick
for-
now.
it's a little-
See, it
little fun.
is.
I got to grip it.
Uh-oh, Andrew. If you can't open it either,
Well, your hand greased the whole top of it.
my hand are fine. Here, high five.
It
My
literally.
shoes are fine.
It's look, feel it. Isn't that greasy?
It was like that already. Oh my God.
No,
you're
it
ridiculous.
wasn't. You greased the top.
Use your
Oh my
shirt. Use
Jesus,
your
Andrew.
shirt,
If you can't open the olive jar, you cannot
Here,
blame my
while we're doing
hand.
olive jar,
If you're so strong, you should open it.
Yeah, I got to be able to grip it.
Okay, we'll grip it. Let's
It's
go.
literally slippery.
back.
Grab me a paper towel so I can dry the top of it off.
Okay, one
But,
top is right.
but do we now need to allow her another opportunity with the?
Yeah, give her the paper towel.
No, I think you should do it, Andrew. You're the big strong man. There you go. Come on.
Here, I'm gonna let you
I'm
chat.
greased.
We got some chats while they're working on that. Red Fox, thank you.
Deontology prioritizes intent, but threshold exceptions introduce consequentialist reasoning.
I'll let
Hang
you
on.
go first if you want.
No, Andrew, I greased it all up. There you
Rules are
go.
absolute. Introducing a threshold is ad hoc.
Red Fox, thank you for that. Appreciate it.
I can't grip the fucker. Like I gotta have a way to grip it.
Jungle.
Andrew, I'm sorry. It's not.
My fingers slip
What a
right off the
backfire.
lid. My fingers are literally slipping off the lid. I just can't grip it.
These things are defective.
Olive jars are harder than the pickle jars.
They're not hard to open, but I can't grip the
Oh,
fucking
me?
thing.
Watch this shit.
So you can't blame me for my greasy fingers now. Like, God.
It's still greasy. The top of it's like,
You tried it with like 4
feel it yourself. Tell me
Should
I'm
I-
wrong.
you know what?
Is that not greasy and sticky? Yeah, it's pretty fucking greasy.
I'm gonna let.
But it's a top.
Lulu donated $200.
Lulu, thank you for this.
Tara, you've got good morals, but you're not engaging with Andrew on the level in which he's challenging you.
Oh, he's fine.
I think
Yeah,
you
yeah,
should
it's not
ideas
good.
you believe in.
Fucking Fort
Read the
Knox.
philosophy book.
Here, go.
Yeah, just can't grip the
Okay, now I want it to be.
I got
even. It's
this,
like pissing
boys.
me
pisses
off.
me off.
Yeah,
Should we-
I know.
should
it's
we
fine,
have
it's
Jake
fine.
try?
You'll see. Nah, you fucker. That was bullshit.
Not only that, but Wilson built his whole persona around being a Christian alpha male, who also smokes, cusses, and completely loses his temper the second whoever he's debating successfully baits him into losing his mind.
And I'm just going to be totally honest with you. I will never be able to convince you of my worldview.
You won't.
I know. But the reason is not because I'm not a great orator or I don't make good points or I haven't said things which should be compelling to a person. But Charlie, I just think honestly you're too stupid to understand them.
So Andrew, can I sell you on my worldview?
Yes.
Your wife has 3 baby daddies and has been married twice before.
And you
Under
you lick sniz.
Under your religion.
Uh-huh. You lick sniz.
What is that?
You're a fucking don't talk shit about my wife, you stupid bitch. Shut your mouth. Shut your stupid bitch mouth.
Your wife with the 3 baby
What did I just say?
With the 3
Sorry,
baby
I'm
daddies?
sorry. Is she morally inconsequential in comparison to your ditch licking?
Do the men that you try to
Do the women that you try
show
to
your hatred against?
the women
they,
that you try
convince
to
them that they shouldn't?
You know,
like,
Charlie, did I
pursue
bring
women? Do they know
Charlie,
that
did I bring
wife
your
is 5
family?
years older?
Did I bring any of your
You
family
called
into
me fucking
anything?
stupid.
Did I
You
say
called
anything
me
about
fucking
your
stupid.
family being stupid, Charlie?
could.
It's
You could
because
go
I'm
for it.
better than you, Charlie.
No, it's because you're embarrassed and you know that the traditional values that you try to sell people
Okay.
on are bullshit because
Let's
you
go
are not
through
a
it.
traditional man.
Despite what may seem like a D-level podcast argument guy, Turning Point USA apparently thought this was the guy they should hire to train their new group of not Charlies in the art of debate.
EPUSA hired me to go down and train its new crop of debaters. So that's what I did.
Which leads us to Wilson's second appearance on JRE. Apparently his handlers know someone who knows someone, because I'm still not really sure why Joe thinks this guy warrants a second appearance on the biggest podcast in the world. To me, it feels like one of those guests Joe is basically told is going to be on the podcast, because Andrew seemed to show up with a whole list of theories about what happened to Charlie, how people treated Erica after Charlie died, and everything surrounding the whole situation. But more than anything, it seemed like his main goal was pretty simple: trash Candace Owens.
On the other side, though, in this particular conspiracy, you can't get these people to debate their positions.
Like, who won't debate their positions?
We offered Candace Owens, I offered her $300,000 to do a debate. I was like, we'll give you $300,000.
What is her position? What does she think happened?
She thinks that Israel worked in conjunction with TPUSA and Erica Kirk to murder Charlie.
Based on what?
Well, that's the million-dollar question. Nobody actually knows. She's never presented a single shred of evidence thus far that Israel ever worked to murder Kirk, that Erica Kirk certainly didn't. In fact, her position for the longest time was, if Erica Kirk comes out and tells me to stop the conspiracy on this, I will. So Erica did. She went out publicly and she was like, enough. You're just causing more problems than good here as this investigation's going on. And then suddenly Erica's now part of the conspiracy. by the next day, she's trying to cover it up. She's part of the conspiracy too.
Yeah, obviously Andrew isn't offering up $300K of his own money. Somebody is, though. And Andrew made a lot of claims during this podcast, like saying Candace believes Erica conspired with TPUSA and Israel to take out Charlie. That's a pretty crazy thing to claim someone said. I know Candace implies a lot of things, but she's not dumb enough to come out and say something like that directly. And honestly, the whole thing is just sad, because if Candace really is uncovering anything that could help expose who is responsible for what happened to Charlie, it doesn't exactly make her look more credible when she's publicly feuding with Pickle Jar Guy. But she did respond, and she responded with some pretty wild demands that there's almost no chance Pickle Jar Guy, or whoever is supposedly putting up that money, is going to agree to.
I have a counter offer. He says 300K. Let's make it 500K, right? I just have the hunch, this feeling, gut instinct that you're maybe being backed by Turning Point USA or their affiliates in this debate request. It's just, you don't strike me as someone that has 300K lying around for conversation. I mean, not with that smoking habit in today's economy, right? And given the fact that Turning Point USA has raised $40 million in one night off of Charlie's blood, literally encasing his bloody microphone at a fundraiser event so that his grieving widow could be captured by the camera standing next to it, I think 500K feels more appropriate. They want to invest in you. You're their guy. Tell them that's what it costs. What's 500K between old friends, right?
And Candace actually makes even more demands that they obviously aren't going to agree to. I guess it's either an attempt to squash this whole thing immediately, or at least make sure that if this debate does happen, she's the one who benefits from it. Because one of her demands is that TPUSA or Erica Kirk publicly acknowledge that they're sending Andrew on their behalf. Which, if they aren't actually behind him, obviously isn't going to happen. And if they are, well, they're probably not going to say that either.
Also, my second counter offer position point that I'd like you to meet is I'm 7 months pregnant. So if you fancy a debate face to face, you're going to have to travel to me. It's common decency. No time limit in the debates. Don't worry. It will be live. We will bring up any documents or evidence that you mention as a part of this case. We have a team, so you can send links live. We are happy to pause and allow you to search for any evidence that you reference if the team can't find it for some reason. No tricks, as long as you want. Like I said, live, so anybody could see if we were trying to play tricks. As a 2A point here, you're not going to be chain smoking around me, tough guy, okay? So you're just going to have to bring yourself and leave your cigs at home. And this is actually, I would say, the most important part for me. This is what has to happen. Third part here. Either Blake Neff or Andrew Colvett or Erica Kirk must publicly claim you first, meaning they must say that they are sending you in to debate on their behalf regarding the Charlie Kirk case.
If anything is going to bring us closer to actually finding out what happened to Charlie, it's apparently Candace Owens getting in a feud with the whatever podcast Pickle Jar Guy. And you can tell Rogan is like, what is this guy talking about? Because Wilson starts talking about some left-wing counter-movement to what Charlie was doing, basically planting the idea that people on the left helped take out Charlie, and those are the same people who are creating the rumors that TPUSA took out Charlie. The whole thing just sounded like a set of pre-scripted talking points he came prepared to unload the second the conversation turned to Charlie. And to Wilson's benefit, he muddied the water fantastically.
I'll tell you a story. This is the tale of all tales.
Okay.
So, Charlie Kirk has this huge outreach program that's happening through TPUSA on these college campuses. He's got viral clip after viral clip after viral clip, and they are going wild. He's going campus to campus. He's doing his thing. He's being dogged by a progressive organization. This progressive organization shows up at almost all of these TP.
Speaking of insane, do you remember the other day when RFK was on with Dana Bash? One of those situations where two of the people you don't like are getting together and having an argument. It's hard to know who to root for and who to root against. Right. Do you root just against both of them? Well, RFK Jr. claimed that you didn't need the vaccine because there were no threats to ICUs in terms of them overcrowding. where too many people would be in the hospital and these ICUs would get overwhelmed. It happened a couple of times. We certainly got very close a couple of times. But the whole idea, and people forget this, the whole value of lockdowns, the whole value of the vaccinations was to bend the curve of hospitalizations. And that's what it did. He denied that there were these hospitalizations. CNN decided to do the most basic of fact checking. I mean, most people, well, certainly people working in hospitals knew this, but here's CNN.
There were ICUs that were empty all over the country, including in New York at the height.
Of all the things that Health Secretary Robert F. Kennedy Jr. said on CNN over the weekend, it's this one that's got doctors and nurses who treated patients at the height of COVID incensed.
I am livid. Having gone through everything I went through as a frontline doctor in the pandemic.
I saw multiple patients dying every single shift.
I actually helped staff ICUs in our local hospitals because they didn't have enough providers, because there were so many people who were sick, so many people dying.
There are plenty of statistics on just how serious the situation in New York City was, including this graph from ER doctor Jeremy Faust, showing a huge spike in deaths at hospitals compared with deaths occurring at homes, nursing homes, and other locations.
I worked in New York City throughout the entire pandemic. My medical center is extraordinarily large. We have 8 separate intensive care units in my hospital. And despite having 8 different ICUs, we ran out of ICU beds.
They are quite literally lying and gaslighting us about an event that happened not even a decade ago.
At the end of 2020, hundreds of hospitals in the U.S. were at full capacity, and nearly all ICU beds were occupied at a third of hospitals.
In California, they were literally moving our offices to make room for hospitalized patients.
I was in a hospital in Massachusetts, and we had to repurpose multiple units to become ICUs to take care of these patients.
CNN reached out to the Department of Health and Human Services to see if Kennedy could clarify what he meant. In a statement, a spokeswoman said, quote, Secretary Kennedy was not suggesting that hospitals and ICUs were not overwhelmed during the pandemic or diminishing the experiences of frontline healthcare workers. His point was that COVID's impact varied significantly across hospitals and regions, recognizing that some facilities had available capacity.
I'm sorry, pause it. He specifically cited New York at the peak.
Yeah.
Claiming that there was no, and the whole point is like, you don't get to decide where the spike's going to happen.
Right.
You don't know. So you cover everybody so that you're protecting different hospitals. That is the dumbest. First of all, they're just lying.
Yeah.
He's lying. He lied on CNN, and then the agency is lying as to what he said on CNN.
I meant Schenectady.
It's like, yeah.
New York State is a big place, and I was talking about a small town in Western New York.
Small hamlet.
But it's like, yeah, like if it spikes there, which there's spikes happen in different places at different times, like is how a virus travels, then you would have to react there too. Like, I mean, he's just a liar.
Under my agency, I would make all the sick people organize in one little, I would concentrate them.
It's so psychotic. Like, this is the emergency for health. Like, he's in part got Trump elected because of what he said he would do for the health of this country, and he's here like spreading these absolutely like civilizational, like collapsing lies about what was actually going on, when we still to this day have shortages in all of these hospitals everywhere, even at the best of times without a virus. Like, and that's the sort of thing. Like, you want to talk about what's killing people? Well, how about being understaffed and having mix-ups at hospitals? You'd find that that's actually pretty high cause of mortality when people get sick.
Seed oil too, though.
Recognizing that some facilities had available capacity.
Go ahead. I could be done with. Oh yeah.
Not diminish the sacrifices of the healthcare professionals who cared for patients under extreme pressure.
Yeah, they certainly seem to feel a little bit diminished and lied to.
Yeah. Well, that's not what I meant to. It was a trick question.
And he was mad when he said it, too.
I mean, he made a claim about New York.
Yeah.
Tens of thousands of people die within a matter of
mobile
weeks.
morgues.
I'm sure he's gonna like lose some sleep at night over how this was misinterpreted.
I misspoke. I need to take more testosterone. Hey folks, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and check out our daily show. We do it every day at 12 p.m. Eastern for about 2.5 hours. We even take phone calls. You should check that out.